Hi, entrepreneurship. Is that greener grass you wanted only to realize how much it takes to water it, tend to it, and wait for it to blossom? You see, 3 years ago, I got to a point in my career where I was so unsatisfied. And don't get me wrong, I was more than grateful to have a job, and a good one at that. In fact, when I became manager, I knew this is it. And being head of content, for me, that was very exciting to be able to wake up every morning and create content that I love. Give away 8 to 12 hours of my day. Initially, it was incredibly thrilling to put whole channels together from scratch and network with international networks, travel overseas to buy content. It was amazing. But until I realized it was about what I loved. I either couldn't afford it or it didn't fit into our station identity. So with time, the zeal, the passion, and even the desire to do what I once loved was gone. And as I grew in my faith, it was necessary for me to be in an environment where I could create content that honors God. And so I attempted at creating a Christian gospel channel, which was great, I think. And it had potential to be so much more. But again, I would hit a snag because budgets. And understandably so, with a multi-channel platform that makes profit off advertising, it can get very difficult to carry. So I knew I had to make a change, but I really did not have the guts to just up and leave. It literally took me 2 years to find the courage to. And to go out and do what, you ask? I knew I wanted to try out and do my own thing, just have a season where I was just doing grace. And all I really know is content. And the digital space is the now. This is where it's happening. We're either using our second screen device or streaming on TV. So I established, okay, content it is, but what kind of content? And again, I've been very intentional to build a brand around inspiration, whether it's faith-based, career-based, family, and even fashion-based, as you know. Doing it all with grace, hence my tag, Do It With Grace. So I made the leap after I established that indeed content is what I want to do. And since I had a couple of clients already before I resigned, I knew, okay, let me give this a shot. And it's so funny, the minute I left, God lined me up in advance for a couple of months, but it wasn't easy. Being on this journey is all by the grace of God. I learned to get to that point where God and I would have conversations where I tell him, so God, it's me and you, I'm gonna trust you. And just releasing that and surrendering, I'd wake up the next day and he would sign me up with more work to do. God is faithful like that. Which brings me to another reality. This journey without God is a lie. I don't know where I would be today without him a year later. Making more than I ever did, and I thank God for that. I guess when you have a dream, God backs you up. But I have to share a few tips. If you're thinking of starting your own thing, plan. If you can save and plan your finances way in advance, it'll go a long way because business has good and low seasons. So I learned on the good to pay bills in advance to avoid stress when the seasons are low. But sometimes you can't help it and it's very difficult. Another thing is get ready for the blues. You know, after leaving employment for about 12 years in total, because I started working at only 19 years old, it can be a huge shift. Adjusting to a new routine, not getting up every day at the same time to go somewhere can actually throw you off. It sounds silly, but it can. And of course, the end month alert in your bank account no longer there can take a while to get used to. Last year for me was purely adjusting and appreciating my former bosses even more. So to help with the blues, imagine, create a routine as quickly as you can. Wake up at the same time every day. Like me, I wake up, drop my kids to school, and if I'm not dashing for an engagement, I make sure I'm back home, have my breakfast, and sit at my desk. If it means returning emails, researching, doing proposals, just do it. It'll help you more than you know. Before you know it, it's time to pick up the kids and the day is gone. A routine helps you not slip into depression because you can easily fall into that without even realizing. Another thing is enjoy being a problem solver, not a money maker. I think every successful business solved a problem. Make sure that it's always your drive. For me, in this sometimes godless world, hopeless, I feel convicted, to shine his light and bring hope to your timeline. I trust that moving from that authentic space, God will continue to open doors and enable me to continue doing this, creating content that inspires me, and I hope you too, whatever it may look like. It could be through fashion, life lessons, raising my twins, and most of all, together, sharing our faith in God as we spur each other on to goodness. Another point is be ready and willing to make mistakes. You can get blindsided, you can face obstacles, but feel the fear, face the fear, and forge on. Lastly, it's okay to ask for help. Imagine, whether from a family member, significant other, or friends, most of the greats all had someone walking with them as they started off. Don't let the need for help make you feel useless, but instead choose to learn and grow from that season where you will truly belong, and your relationship may surprise you and you may grow even closer in that space. And that's it for now, though I feel like there's a lot more I've left out, so I'll probably follow this up with a blog. Look out for it. But thank you so much for indulging me so far. I appreciate your time. Remember to subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you here again very soon.